So I was diagnosed with dyslexia after I graduated high school. I was 19 years old, and at that time it really wasn't that big of a deal. It didn't really affect my day-to-day life. But as time goes on and the world starts moving more into electronic communications and emails and things like that, it really started to become a struggle for me. Several years ago in my previous job, it started to become a struggle with some of the things that they were wanting me to do. That's when I really started getting involved in Masonic education for the children, because what I realized is had I been properly diagnosed and educated as a child, I might not have been struggling the way that I was struggling in the professional world.
The thing I wanted to do is get us a dyslexia program. It's a statewide philanthropy for Masons. Everybody contributes to it. And we just never been able to get the program started. So after I served as master, I kept that we finally got a program started in 2014 was our first program that we had. At present right now, I have 3 elementary programs going on. I should have another one start in the summer, and I have 1 middle class school going at this time too. But it's been very successful. The reason I got into it, my youngest daughter is dyslexic, and we found a tutor in Baton Rouge that came from Texas. And Texas, in the public schools, there's a resource teacher that has our program, and it's available to anybody. She moved back to Baton Rouge, and we hired her as a tutor, and my daughter went through 2 years with her, went from struggling to the honor roll class. It made a world of difference, in my child's life.
With dyslexia, the difficulty is it's something that you can't see, but also most people who have dyslexia are by nature smart people. And, they're very well spoken. A lot of them learn how to navigate through life without it being obvious. So when they are presented with challenges because of that and they ask for help, it's often dismissed because people think, well, you can't be dyslexic if you can be smart.
When a kid has dyslexia, they have to read word for word, they can't, it just doesn't flow. They have to, for a dyslexic person to read something, they have to read it 4 or 5 times before they can read it into a sentence that they can understand.
Those that have dyslexia, it's hard to describe how their lives are different because they don't know any different. They don't know how you see things versus how they see things. It's how they've always seen. So it is very difficult from that standpoint that it's not obvious and it's often dismissed.
We have a good relationship with our school board, and they allow us to do it immediately after class. The easier we can make the program on the parents, the more likely they'll complete the program. The elementary program is a 2-year program. It's 363 hours worth of instruction. That's a big commitment to them for 2 years. They can't do anything else, any extracurricular activity, because this takes up all the time. We require our teachers to have 5 hours of instruction per week, and they usually do it in 3 days. But they don't have to worry about the logistics of getting the kid to somewhere else, another location. Bell rings, they go to class, and the parents just have to pick it up. I don't know how I can make it any easier for them than that.
But what I see more than anything is they finally see success. they are successful at something, whereas before they always felt like they were failing. And when you fail at something as important as education, you feel like you're failing everywhere else in your life. Okay. And so the excitement of success is what's going to get them or motivate them to do better things in life. And this is just the very beginning of their success, and hopefully throughout the rest of their lives.